When talking about fulfilling and intellectually stimulating jobs, finance is a sector that always makes the list. But the thing is, finance isn't just one specific job. There are different roles you could choose depending on your personality and your ambitions. Although most people know the titles, not everybody is familiar with what these roles actually entail or what they pay. In this video, we're going to talk about exactly that, so let's get into it. Number 6, hedge fund researcher. Let's start with a very prestigious role, i.e. research analyst in a hedge fund. Remember that hedge funds are pools of money collected from institutional investors directed towards a single lucrative strategy. Hedge funds typically use leverage, so when they get it right, they can achieve massive profits, but when they don't, a lot of money is put at risk. That's why hedge fund researcher and then manager is not the easiest job to get. Nowadays, hedge funds hire PhD students out of maths and physics. They want them to be extremely skilled at programming software such as MATLAB or R, or languages such as Python. Why? Because they need to be able to analyze massive data sets and extrapolate trends to build short-term trading strategies. So if you like programming and econometrics and you don't mind studying towards a postgraduate qualification, then this might be the job for you. It's interesting from my perspective that a background in finance is not required anymore because the analysts will learn either on the job or through postgraduate qualifications. All this effort does pay off in the end. In the US, a hedge fund researcher can be expected to start with a salary of 105,000 and just over 77,000 in the UK. These are just base pay to which you have to add a bonus, which is usually linked to the overall performance of the hedge fund. Number 5, investment banker. There is banking and then there is investment banking. In the latter, the investment part is not there just for pizzazz. Investment bankers actually have a very specific job. In simple words, investment banking is the business of advising clients, who are usually corporates, on what is the best way to raise money for their operations and to keep growing. Other things investment bankers advise on are mergers and acquisitions, initial public offerings, and debt restructuring. Because there's always new business to win and new clients to make happy, the job of an investment banker never really stops. This role will suit you well if you're fast and good with numbers, if you don't mind spending many hours on spreadsheets and PowerPoint presentations. Also, very importantly, you must be ready to make work your priority and work very long hours under a lot of pressure. The better your education, the higher the chances of securing an internship and from there a permanent role as an analyst. A bachelor or master's degree in finance is the obvious one, but people do get hired from a variety of backgrounds, even arts or literature, although they usually tend to be best in their class and from very well-known universities. So as you may understand, this is a lot of effort, but it's compensated pretty well when you consider that as an analyst you could be making anything between 135 to 220 in the US and between 80,000 to 110,000 in the UK. From that, you can work your way up to 3 or 4 times that amount as you progress in your career. Number 4, business development / sales. Maybe sales is not the first thing that comes to mind when talking about high-paying jobs, but in finance, business development can be a very lucrative career. This job is all about finding new prospects and building relationships with existing clients by pitching financial products and investment ideas. If you're an expert, you're good with people, and you love presenting, this might be the job for you. I should warn you that this job is not all fun every day, and you must be able to tolerate rejections which can negatively impact your morale. So it does help if you're an optimist and somebody who can stay energized even when things are not going well. Experience in sales counts more than formal education, but a technical background would be advantageous because it would help you sound more confident in front of clients and also better understand their problems and needs. In terms of pay, this is a high-risk, high-reward career because a big proportion of your salary would be variable and will be dependent on how much new business you actually get through the door. You can expect to make anywhere between 55 to 75,000 in the US, and in the UK the base pay is 60,000. And with bonuses and commissions, you could be making a very decent amount pretty soon, if you're good at the job, that is. Number 3, investment analyst. This is my job essentially, and if you like researching, explaining difficult concepts, if you like maths but also writing, then this career might be good for you as well. Analysts collect all the relevant information surrounding an investment opportunity with the objective of analyzing risks and potential rewards. After the research, the positives and negatives are discussed with the rest of the investment team, so it does help if you're good at presenting and communicating to people from different backgrounds. At the end of the day, your work fits directly into the investment decisions made on behalf of clients, so you know that your work impacts directly somebody's savings and life. This can be scary at times because because it carries a lot of pressure, but it's also very rewarding. In terms of personality, this is a job for people who are curious but can also deal with the occasional frustration when markets don't move in line with your recommendation. It's a job where you learn one mistake at a time, so to say, but it does help to start with the right education, and this would be at least a bachelor's degree in either economics, accounting, finance, or business. On average, an investment analyst would earn 70 to 80,000 in the US and around 50,000 in the UK, with bonuses of 20% plus. Number 2 is trader. Where there's money, there's people trading it. Traders are constantly buying and selling bonds, stocks, and other securities on behalf of their clients. They have to constantly keep up with market fluctuations, figure out what is the best way to trade listed securities, but also over-the-counter instruments such as derivatives. It is a very hectic job because markets change all the time, so there's a lot to keep up with. On top of that, not everything goes as planned every single time, so they have to be able to deal with sudden losses and keep their cool while they try to turn those into wins. Personality-wise, I would recommend this job to people who are very good with numbers and are also able to make quick decisions under pressure. If you're a thinker like me who likes to have time and a quiet space to reflect, then probably you don't have a natural calling for being a trader. In terms of education, a technical background is required because you must have a deep understanding of the instruments you're going to trade. On average, traders start at around 60,000 in the US and 50,000 in the UK. Just like with the other roles, the more experience you have, the higher your bonus will be. Number 1 is investment consultant or investment advisor. Investment advisors are professionals who have specialized knowledge in financial markets and investment opportunities. They work directly with high net worth clients with a 360-degree view of their finances. So they would consult on investment portfolios, but also on pensions, taxes, inheritance strategy, everything that relates to the client's wealth. To excel at this job, you must be able to grow your pool of clients. So it helps to be good at selling yourself and your knowledge. If you can convince people, then you'll be growing your client base very fast, which will attract further business opportunities from bigger investment managers who will be after the relationships you built and the assets you advise. To work as an investment consultant, you need to have a bachelor's degree in any finance-related field. You should also get qualified and regulated by the relevant financial authority, because what you advise might directly impact the client's financial situation. Investment consultant can make anywhere between 50 to 100,000. It really depends on the amount of fees charged and the amount of assets you're able to gather. And now I'm asking you, after all of this, which roles you think you'd be suited for? Do let me know in the comments. I thank you so much for watching this part today, and I'll see you again soon.